Hey everyone, and welcome back to DIY with Melissa. I, of course, am Melissa, and today I have a fun tutorial for you. We are going to go ahead and create this lovely tumbler with some stickers. So I have some holographic stickers there, and another one on the other side here. But more importantly, we're going to go ahead and bling some of the wording that I added to the tumbler. So in this case, I wrote Carnival Baby. This is to celebrate Caravana that is happening in Toronto on the weekend. I will not be there to celebrate it, but I'm celebrating by creating a tumbler. But I will use this tumbler next year because I'll be heading to Trinidad for Trinidad Carnival. So I'm excited about that. I would say that this portion here took me about 20 to 25 minutes to do, the baby portion, and the top portion took longer because there is more letters involved. But I'm so in love with how this turned out, and I'm super excited to use it next year. So without further ado, I'm first going to head over to the computer. I'm going to show you how I got these masqueraders up there. I did get them from Canva. The lips with the flag on it. This is a Trinidad flag for me, but whatever flag you want to use, you can use, of course. I found that off of Creative Fabrica. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you how I went about getting all of that into Design Space. All right, we are back at the computer, and I'm just going to quickly show you how I go about grabbing elements off of Canva and Creative Fabrica and bringing them into Cricut Design Space. I unfortunately cannot find these masqueraders that I had originally found. I did create this last year. However, I have noticed that they have opened up a lot more designs than what they had last year. So don't fret. There are other designs that you can grab from Canva should you choose to create this design as well. And all I did was just click on it, and that's what brings me onto my page on Canva. I do bring them in on separate pages, the masqueraders, just so that it's easier to upload into Design Space. Once you have your masqueraders on your sheet in Canva, we'll go to Share and Download, and we're going to leave it as a PNG, and I'm going to click on Transparent Background. This is a project that you would need Canva Pro for. However, you can do one-off purchases and grab the elements that way instead. So once I hit Transparent Background, I'm going to hit Download, and I'm going to go ahead and get that downloaded. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to right-click, Extract All, and Extract. If you want to save it somewhere, then please go ahead and browse to a location on your computer that you want to save it on. We'll click on Extract. And now our two PNG files are sitting in here, and this is what we're going to upload into Design Space. So from here, we're going to go head over to Design Space, and I'm going to click on Upload, and I'm going to hit Upload Image. We're going to browse. I'm going to go to my Downloads folder, and I'm going to grab the images there. Bring the first one in first. You'll see you'll have nothing to do here. It's a clean design with nothing having to be removed. So I can go ahead and hit Apply and Continue. It will be a flat graphic. We do want this to print. And then Continue. And Upload. There's one. And we'll click on Upload again. Upload image. Browse. Bring in number 2. Continue. Again, nothing to clean as it is a lovely clean image. Apply and continue. A flat graphic, continue. And upload. Our two masqueraders have now been brought in to Design Space. The last portion is going to be the lips with the Trinidad flag on it. And for that, I went to Creative Fabrica. I typed in to the search Trinidad and a bunch of different designs come up. But more importantly, the lips. So I'll click on that. I'm going to click on download. And same concept, I'm going to head to my downloads folder and right click on the folder that was just downloaded, extract all, either browse to a location you want to save it to or just extract it into your downloads folder. Just remember, if you're ever cleaning that up, you need to remove that. These files do come as PNGs or SVGs, so keep that in mind. We do just want the PNG because we're not going to be layering this at all. So I'm going to hit extract all and extract that. Our 3 PNGs are here. As you know, there was 3 different styles of the lip. Go back to Cricut Design Space, click on upload, upload image, browse, back to my downloads for my Trinidad lips, and we'll bring one in, continue, apply and continue, and it will be a flat graphic. I wouldn't have actually chosen this one. I don't know why that was the one that ended up being grabbed, because this is going to look kind of messy and I wouldn't want that. We'll hit upload, but the other one would come in the exact same way. And we would size this down to whatever size you see fit. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the text. For me, I am using the words Carnival Baby. It is a play on words. Carnival Baby typically means somebody who was conceived during Carnival, and therefore their birthday will be in likely November. It's very similar to Valentine's Day. Who get pregnant during Valentine's Day, and then 9 months later in November, they had a baby. So a little Valentine's Day baby. So the font I'm using for this is Carnival Bikini Babe. Now, keep in mind that the font matters a lot as far as adding rhinestones. I am doing a scattered rhinestone. If you want to use the same size rhinestones for the entire word or words, I would highly recommend finding something a little bit more even, because you'll see this is a very skinny portion in here, as is this. So which means I'm going to use different size rhinestones to complete these letters. Even just the C in Carnival has quite a thick area here, and then it gets thin over here and over here. Keep that in mind. I really like this font, and I really liked how the rhinestones sat on it, but everybody has their own way of designing things. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get the girls and the lips printed and cut the wording out of pink holographic vinyl, and we'll meet back at the craft table to get everything going. All right, our stickers are done. I know you're probably wondering, why do I have so many other back to school stickers on here? I am doing another project and I didn't want to just print these 2 and waste the whole sheet. I am very much all about not wasting as much as I possibly can. I do have these A4 sheets. I get these off of Amazon, and although I usually use Cricut brand sticker paper, there are times that I'll use something different, and the Cricut branded one only has the one holographic sheet, and this one's a bit different, so sometimes I like to switch it up. And of course, the way I always get this started, and I just started off the corner first because I fight with it all the time, is I just take that piece off the corner, line it up on the sheet where I can. So because it's A4, my sticker paper is 8.5 by 11. I did just cut the edge off there so that I don't have too much overlap going on, and check it on here, and just very gently and very slowly stick the corner down. Now that the corner is stuck, I will turn it over. I'm going to set that aside for now. Turn it over, grab this corner, and just push it down. A ruler with some kind of protector on it would be really good as well. I find this works really well for me. It came with my little cup holder that I use. Actually, you'll see it later when I'm doing the mug. And I think it was like maybe 20 bucks. I'm not really sure. And yeah, it's the perfect thing to push my laminate on. And I always use the felt side. That way I don't damage the laminate. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cut. I will likely cut it probably about 3 times because I do want die cut stickers. So if you don't know, the only way to do that is by not releasing your mat once your first cut is complete, and instead pressing the play button again and letting it run through. But you cannot release your mat if you do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut and I'll meet you back here. All right, our stickers are now cut. It took me 3 times to get this, and now you can see it is cut through nicely. Of course, this the masqueraders are very delicate, so it's sticking ever so slightly, but no big deal. I also moved things around on my mat, and look what I did. My poor project, but that's okay. I'll get that recut. So I brought this pencil up a little too high, so it cut through the J. But there's only 2 to recut, and that's not a big deal. Let's get rid of these. As I said, these back to school ones are for a project that I have coming up, which I'll share with you all shortly. In the meantime, we're gonna work on our Carnival baby for Carnival that is coming up, or Caravana. So these 3 are now cut. And like I said, I did have to cut this 3 times, and I just kept going until I can pull it up and it's cut right through. So we're gonna get the wording cut, and then we're gonna bling that, as I had mentioned. So let me get the vinyl for that. The vinyl I'm using for the Carnival baby is this holographic pink vinyl, and I have these pink rhinestones that I'm going to use with it. This has a holographic look as well, so even though it doesn't match perfectly, it's very close because of the holographic aspect to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the wording cut. This is the tumbler I'm using, and I'm thinking I'm going to put the Carnival baby here, and then I'm going to stick the masqueraders around like so, something of the sort. So I'm going to go ahead, get this cut, and I'll meet you back here. Well, let me just say, cutting this holographic vinyl is not for the weak. I've cut it before, but I don't remember it being so difficult to cut. But anyhow, after a few times, and as you can see, I was testing it before I pulled it out of the machine to ensure it was cut. It is, I believe, finally cut. Let's see here. I'm gonna first just remove the centers of the letters. Yes. I think this took me 5 cuts. As crazy as that sounds, but I don't know. I kept cleaning my blade. It was very bizarre. I'm not sure what happened there. And this issue with this vinyl could be that I've had it for a while and it's kind of smushed. You may have seen me trying to flatten it out earlier. Maybe that's what's giving me the problems. I honestly don't know. Usually it's not like this. Even though I cut it that many times, as you can see, it's still sticking. It's cut, or it's weeded, I mean. So what I would say about Cricut's holographic vinyl, I don't know how come I still have it around here, but I'm going to get rid of it. I don't like it. I think this is my first time actually saying that about any Cricut products, but wait a minute. This is the cup holder I was talking about that this came with. I love it, so I can either place it like that, place it like this towards me, or place it like this if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would do that one, but it does come in very handy. It's one of my favorite tools ever because, as you can see, I use this for multiple purposes, and then this will be perfect for when I need to stick things on. I can just go like that. So with the design, like I mentioned, I think I'm going to do it this way. I could do it that way, but I don't know. I feel like that way looks better. So I think I'm going to go with that. But you obviously please do as you would like. The reason why I was thinking this way is because then the masqueraders can stand on either side of it like that. But then it's kind of long to read and you kind of have to go like that. So I feel like if it's this way, we could still put the masqueraders on either side. And we'll put the lips right there. So I think I like it this way. So we are going to get the transfer tape for this guy, and I need some paper towel because I got to clean this with my alcohol. All right, we are back. I have my rubbing alcohol here. This is 70%, and this little bottle came from Dollar Tree, or actually I think this one's Dollarama from Canada, but Dollar Tree also sells it, but I believe it's 50% rubbing alcohol. And just give this a good clean. Okay. Now I have my transfer tape. This transfer tape comes in a massive roll. I'll show it to you. It looks like this. I've had this transfer tape for I think about 3 years now, and as you can see, there's still a lot left over. It's one of my favorite transfer tapes ever. I got off Amazon. I will also link it to my Amazon storefront. It is reusable, so save that backer and keep on using it until you can't use it anymore. Using my scraper. Of course, we have this Cricut scraper we can use as well. This size or the smaller size, whichever one. Now, let's hope this transfers nicely, unlike what just happened when we were weeding. We'll just turn this over and get it going here. Let's see. Oh, whew, it transferred nicely. Yay. Get this stuck on here. We just want to eyeball it for the center, and that looks really good right there. And stick it on. If you have issues with air bubbles, I would highly suggest just getting a small spray bottle and spraying your surface with a little bit of water. You could do also soapy water. I've seen people do. I found that just plain water worked perfectly fine for me. And remove the transfer tape. Amazing. All right. So I'm just going to stick it on like that and save it for the next time. So now that this is on here, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Trinidad lips on the corner there. I want to do this now because I already cleaned the canister and I want to make sure before I get my fingers going on it, it's like it remains clean. So for the masqueraders, I think I'm going to stick them on here like so. I think that looks good. So we'll go ahead and get this stuck. Just remember, for this portion, it's a little delicate. Just be careful how you're removing that backing there. This is waterproof sticker paper that I'm using. They said it's not the Cricut branded one. It's just one I found off Amazon. I will link it. And one over here. Amazing. Looks so good. All right. Now for the fun part. We are going to get our rhinestones on. I will be using this Gem Tack permanent glue. It's for bonding rhinestones. It dries clear, crystal clear, and it is for many surfaces, including fabric, wood, glass, plastic, and more. I've used this before on my tumbler with the vinyl, and it was perfect. So when working with rhinestones, and I am no rhinestone expert, this is a little bit I've done with rhinestones, is you of course need your rhinestones. This little pen is a lifesaver. It just helps pick up the rhinestones. I have this as well. This came with a rhinestone package that I bought. So you throw your rhinestones into this little thing. When you shake it, it puts the rhinestones right side up. And then when you use your pen like so, picks the rhinestones up. And then the other side just helps you move them around. So these are the tools that I use when I'm doing rhinestones. The other thing, and this isn't as necessary for me, I think it is, but I don't know, you may not want to have to purchase all this stuff. The Gem Tack bottle, the top of it is quite large and we want it small. So if you place a little bit of glue into this bottle, all of this I got off of Amazon, and of course I will link it. We can close the lid like so. Now you can see it's a very fine tip, and we have a topper for it so it doesn't dry out. So when you are a little tiny bit in here. There are glue holders that I've seen people use before. Those are amazing, and one day I will get one, but that also will help make sure your glue stays to the top like this. I think I need to put a little bit more glue is my problem. So I currently don't have anything to turn this upside down on. Maybe this might work actually. So we can then make sure that our glue stays. I don't know if you can actually see that. Here we go. I'm using my tape dispenser. And this way the glue stays to the top of the bottle. You don't have to be constantly turning it around and trying to get it out or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little glue here. So remember, the glue dries crystal clear. We just need to add a line like so. Okay. We want to go in with smaller rhinestones for the edge here. We have this rhinestone package has a few different sizes, so I like it a lot. And oops. I'm just going to take your time and choose the right size rhinestone that you feel you need. And let me tell you, doing rhinestones is truly a labor of love. You have to love this to do it. I see some people when they're doing their rhinestones, I'm just amazed by the projects that they do, the number of rhinestones involved in those projects. It's quite a wild situation. Looking for some really tiny ones, and I'm not getting to be too successful. Here's a nice tiny one. There we go. So far, that looks pretty good to me. Continue on with the glue. I'm going to go with the skinny piece first and make my way up towards the thicker piece. So you just want to start with small sections, as you see I'm doing here. We want really tiny rhinestones for this section here. A little difficult to see. So the little tiny ones are really a little difficult to work with, but not impossible at all. Okay, our first letter is complete, and I think I am pretty happy with that. Hope you can see it. That was really good. So like I said, this is a very simple rhinestone project that I'm doing, and I think that's the way to start. This is pretty much all the rhinestone projects I have done, is just very simple letters, and it's almost like one line of rhinestones for each one. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue. I think I'm gonna start with this middle portion here. As you can see, it's really tiny. And also, I would say that the hardest part of this holographic vinyl is seeing it. Between the light that I have for the camera here and just the holographic portion of it, it's very hard to see a little bit. A little difficult to see is what I'm trying to say. So there you go. But again, this pen will be your saving grace when it comes to rhinestones or working with rhinestones. And even that little tiny one is picking up. So there we go. Make sure that line looks straight. Looks pretty good. Move on to our next line. So I'm going to go right to the top with this one. Rhinestoning. And truly, doing this is really just very relaxing to me, just because of the nature of it, I guess. And that one was a little bit too big. Yeah, there we go. That's a good size. So the good thing is that your glue is going to take a minute to dry, so you have time there to play with. Before your rhinestones actually stick and you can't move it anymore. So I think this is going to be the one size going straight up here. This bag comes with a mixture of rhinestones. I like this a lot, but there are others that come with a mixture that has a container, so all the different sizes will come like this in the same color, or there's a mixture like this. So there's quite a few options that you can find on Amazon. The only problem with doing this one this way is that because they're all mixed together, you have to kind of search for the same size ones, whereas those other ones you don't, but then you have to put each size out, as you'll need a few of these containers. So, you know, there's pros and cons to it all. It looks so gorgeous. Adding a white piece of paper inside makes life so much better. So I'll continue on. I am also just using the tip of the glue to spread the glue around a little bit. My back is starting to hurt because I am bending over the table. So I'm going to continue on and do the exact same process for all of the letters. And when it's complete, I'll meet you back here. You all, I am finished. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with how this looks. I could use a little one there. I am in love with this so much. As I had mentioned, I'm going to let this dry thoroughly. And there you have it. A fun design, a fun tumbler created. Next year there'll be Carnival, Mardi Gras. There's Carnival coming up in New York. Barbados actually this weekend as well. Miami's coming up. There's lots of fun festivities coming up that you can use this for. And you can do it for so many other things too. Birthdays, Christmas, whatnot. I think actually I did do some blinging for a Christmas cup a couple years ago. I hope these tips and tricks helped you. And if it did, let me know in the comments what you thought of the tutorial and how your back felt after it all, your shoulders especially. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous week ahead. Don't forget to hit that bell button so you're notified when I post new videos. Give me the thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you all next week. Take care. Bye now.